Good evening. Today's video is based on beef bouillon. I had this Better Than Bouillon. This stuff is delicious. I was almost out of it. So I read the label and there's a recipe on the side. And that is what we're gonna cook for dinner tonight. But reading that recipe inspired a whole lot of tangents. My channel, Steve's Random Stuff, and once I read this recipe, it went in all directions. So now we're gonna focus on making dinner, but the recipe for this bouillon, in a hot pan, we're gonna saute 12 ounces of beef in a tablespoon of oil. We're gonna add a half teaspoon of garlic, 1 teaspoon of fresh chopped ginger. If you watch my channel, I'm a ginger freak. A cup of pepper strips, a half cup of sliced onion, 3/4 of a tablespoon of this Better Than Bouillon. It says a half cup brown sugar. I don't know, we'll taste this as we go, the brown sugar. We may not even use the brown sugar. A half teaspoon of crushed red pepper. And it says you only got to cook it for 5 to 8 minutes and put it over your favorite rice. The sauteing in the hot pan with the beef strips struck a flashback. I have this 1980s hand-hammered wok from the infomercials that used to run late at night, but don't answer yet because I got the bamboo steamer. I also have the fire ring, and I got 3/4 of the utensils set. I don't know what the hell happened to this in this version. I don't know how something like this that looks like this just disappears over time, but I can't find this thing to save my life that was the original product of this. Now back in the 80s, I worked second shift. I worked second shift for probably 17 years. And back in the 80s, society had a different stereotypical view of the people that were up at 1, 2, or 3 o'clock in the morning. They ran infomercials and they ran public service announcements. Now, I don't know if you remember the public service announcement. It had 2 eggs. This is your brain. And then they show you your brain on drugs and they throw it into that frying pan and the eggs are going ksh. Now, the public service announcement people missed it. They missed the boat on that. You got a bunch of stoners sitting around at 2 o'clock in the morning and see some frying eggs in a pan. They're not going to think that's their brain. They're going to think, Denny's, let's go. But then there was the infomercials. Old Wally Nash did an infomercial on that hand-hammered wok, like 30 minutes. And he cooked up some great food in that thing in 30 minutes while he was talking. He's a great speaker, convinced me to buy one. I bought one, I have used it ever since. And in the bottom of my video, in the description, I'm gonna post a link to his original infomercial because I watched the whole thing today. It's entertaining, it brought back memories, and I had a good time watching it. So let's use this circa 1980s hand-hammered wok and make us some gingered beef with peppers. Here are the ingredients. It's pretty simple. I could have purchased already cut meat that's for stir fry, but I'm getting ready to retire, so I have to learn to live on a fixed income. So getting the top round steak and cutting it myself was cheaper per pound than buying the pre-cut. I got my long grain white rice. We've got the old Better Than Bouillon, which is, you could eat that with a spoon. I'm gonna cook the meat with the grapeseed oil because the smoke point on this is like 485. The smoke point on sesame oil is only 410. But if you mix the sesame oil with the grapeseed oil, we'll be able to add some flavor to the browning of the top round. We got the Kikkoman soy sauce. I got the garlic. I'm going to put that through a press so I can throw it into the wok. Ginger. I love ginger. You can never have too much ginger, and there's all types of ginger. I've got the grated ginger I'm going to throw in the dish. I've got the sliced ginger from my Moscow mules. I've got peppers. I've got red pepper, orange pepper, yellow pepper. I love green pepper going down, but once the green pepper is inside me, my body does not like it. So I've got onion. I've got cornstarch because I'm going to make extra juice. You can never have too much juice, and I want to thicken it up. I'll use the cornstarch. All right, let's get this started. Okay, the oil is hot. We're going to do the beef. And we're only going to do this for a couple of minutes just to get it brown, and then we're going to take it out and do the veggies. All right, the beef is browned. We're going to take it out, and now we're going to do vegetables. Okay, now the veggies. Now we're going to steam them with the thyme dome. I'm going to pour in a cup of water. You got the bouillon base. Now we're going to put the thyme dome on until we see steam come out of it. So it's been about 10 minutes. The onions and peppers are soft, but still crisp. So we're going to dump the meat back in there. We'll let that beef warm back up, and we're going to put some cornstarch in there to make us a nice gravy to put over that rice. Yeah! Ooh, we got a nice sauce. Oh, this smells so good. Holy schmoly. The sauce looks thin now, but as it cools, it will thicken up. Let's plate this bad boy up. All right, let's dig into this stir fry with the circa 1980s hand hammered wok. The peppers and onions are soft, but they're still crunchy. Now I'll tell you what, cooking in that wok, stuff comes out smoking hot. Boy, I do love that hand hammered wok. Boy, am I glad I worked second shift all monkeyed up at 2 o'clock in the morning. It prompted me to buy that damn thing. Because that's going on almost 40 years I've had that. And that cooks great every single time. This is really good with beef broccoli. But I love peppers. Just can't do the green ones or I have issues. Well, cheers with an icy cold Moscow Mule. Got all my shaved ginger pieces in there because ginger is medicinal. We got ginger in the main dish. Oh man, can't beat it. Well, if you stuck around through the whole video, thanks for taking a flashback in time with me through the 1980s. Whip yourself up that recipe on the side of that Better Than Bouillon jar. That stuff's good. And like I say, I've eaten a teaspoon or so of that right out of the jar. It's salty, it's beefy, and it is good. And I've used it as a rub on a standing rib roast. And boy, did that thing come out delicious. Now, check it out, make some stir fry. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend. Take care.